Don't know what's going on today. But anywho, we're on the updated / the remix season of the Initiated Podcast. This is the actual remix because we actually came out in 2021 as the original the Initiated Podcast on the first version that was everywhere. So we're gonna start from scratch. This is really season 1. Technically, it's season 4, if I'm not mistaken. I think we did 2 or 3 seasons. I want to say it's 3 seasons of the original Initiated. I think we stopped halfway through season 3 about a year and a half ago, whatever the case is. 2 years ago, a year and a half? No, the last one I think a year and a half ago, I want to say. Anywho, we starting from scratch season 1, but this is the remix, like Diddy would say. All right, first episode. When does excuses end? This is to our adults and reasons start. And we got a lot of examples today. A lot of examples of people not getting their shit together. All right, let's go down to Ask Kia and Coffee, co-host on this episode with. Actually, I think we go without. There we go. Actually, we'll go with. Because Coffee got a praying avatar for some reason. But they can't see each other right now for whatever reason. So they'll see once this get uploaded. How crazy Coffee avatar looking right now for some reason. And who he praying to is beyond me.
Hey,
and
sometimes you gotta pray.
Kia want to use her avatar because her hair is better on the avatar than currently. But we're gonna get it together.
Pretty much.
Man, y'all send in funds for us to get a makeup artist and a hairstylist.
Look, I ain't got no shave. This be my natural habitat. You know what I mean? What's going on, Kia? You was at work or something today?
Fortunately.
So that's a good thing? Fortunately or unfortunately?
No, fortunately, I'm employed. You know, I could be unemployed, but I'm not working for myself. So, you know.
You know they make OnlyFans.
Until I wake up a billionaire.
You said, what about a billionaire?
What happened? Until I wake up a billionaire or somebody rich wife, I gotta go to work.
Damn. They created a shortcut for women called OnlyFans. You can do elbow videos and feet videos and shit on OnlyFans. Women be making a killing. Dudes can't do that.
I know. I just tell my sister I'm gonna start a feet video.
What'd you say?
She say I down.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna know. You don't know if you gotta use your real name. You ain't gotta show your face on there. No, nothing. There's some weird ass dudes out here, man.
I know a
somebody
boy with
going.
You know what, Keith?
Man, somebody gonna on her toe. Somebody gonna be like, I know who that is. Kia. She got that mole on her big toe.
It's actually in the middle of my foot, but you think I care?
She said, as long as she get your $8.99 a month, it don't matter. That's all you need.
For real. I ain't naked. Like, it ain't nothing my baby got to be like, damn, my mama on OnlyFans.
That's what I'm saying. Because it's not like it's like tooting. You ain't got like sex videos. You know what I mean?
Right. Just little feet. You know, I keep my nails done. I might put a little nail action in there. You know.
See what I'm saying? Now some people
out here wilding
got whole
with them,
videos
with
out here of inappropriate stuff, and they kids gotta, you know what I mean, wake up to that.
Don't talk about me, bro. Don't talk about me. Don't judge me.
Don't throw that out there, man. I know
Don't judge me like that.
Throwing it out there.
Man, look,
It
man.
happened.
It was the Casamigos. It wasn't me.
Oh,
You
Lord.
Casamigos.
I do my best to live a life my children can be proud of.
I don't even like my children like that. They don't do it. They don't do their best to live a life that I'm gonna be proud of. So I might as well disappoint them first, so they can disappoint me second.
God. What you think about that?
I
kid?
always tell him make yourself proud. But besides all the foolishness I didn't get carrying on, I got into. Cameras wasn't a big thing then.
We know it, baby.
Camera was, when I've been in college, record. We had flip phones and Nokias.
I remember them Nokias.
When we had disposable camera.
Hey, them muggins were durable. Them phones were durable. You couldn't break them to save your life.
For real.
What's wrong with y'all? Is y'all living in the past or something?
Oh,
We just
we're
saying-
talking about T-Mobile flip phones and sidekicks and shit.
I had a Sony Ericsson. What a low one that play music? The MP3 phone?
Hey, you remember when ringtones came out and you thought you was the man because you had a ringtone on your phone? Oh my god!
What? I even had ring back tones. When you call me, you hear music. I think I was the only one disappointed when they discontinued that.
Well, you want to ring back tone?
I had it.
Yeah, you want it now?
For real.
You want it
Because
again?
most of the time, you be hoping I don't pick up the phone and you be jamming. Because I'm not going to answer anyway, so there you go. At least live a little.
Hold on, why you not going to answer? You screening calls?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
You running from somebody else?
I might see your name, know who it is, and still not answer. I live my life on Do Not Disturb.
So when you going to change that?
You usually got to call me
It ain't gonna
twice.
change. Damn.
You said what?
I
See,
said
you got to
damn.
call her twice.
That's
how
when you
she
call
know you really
Kia.
want her.
Yeah, I'm definitely the person you call in an emergency. Yeah, pretty much.
You can put that down.
Because if you get through, I'd be like, oh, it might be
Don't call
important. But my
Kia.
little sister, she don't care. She would call all my phones. But
She
definitely
should.
don't call me in an emergency. Call me last.
Hold on, so if it's emergency, don't call you?
Yeah.
What?
So your
Call me
name
last.
should be
What if it's your other half?
Don't ask Kia.
Yeah, because the name is kind of misleading then.
Huh?
Because how can I
Yeah.
ask Kia if you never pick up your phone?
It should be don't ask Kia.
You could text me.
Oh my god. I'm
No,
being-
it should
It's an
be
emergency.
texting.
What the fuck you talking about? I gotta text you in emergency?
Then call twice.
so sad.
If you really need to get through, and you not in my favorites, you better call twice.
Damn, I gotta get in the favorites. You asking too much.
Yes, sir. What if it's
Take a lot
somebody you
to
dating
do.
though? Like actively dating? They gotta call twice?
Because right now, only my parents and my baby sister and my son are my favorite.
Damn.
What's that,
Hmm?
3 people?
What was the question?
So you only got 3 people in your favorites?
My parents, 2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
My baby sister,
Mm-hmm.
4. No, actually 6. I lied. It's 6 of them.
No,
My best friend, my goddaughter, my son, my mama, my daddy, and my little sister. Because I have 3 sisters, but my baby sister, if I don't answer her, she start acting like a little jerk. So I just put her up there.
So other words, to talk to you, we either call your son.
But everybody else, they text me and we be good. Text me first.
I'm gonna just call your son or your baby sister. I'm just gonna call your baby sister because we know she'll get you on the phone. Like, can you call Kia?
Because he gonna tell you I'm busy.
See, this type of shit right here, this why dudes do pop-ups. This why
Mhm.
dude this is right here is why dudes start
This is
popping
why
up
you-
Very
at people's houses.
unnecessary.
That's why you got that dude. You know, his two hands on your window with his face spread. That's why you got that mark on your window.
Yes.
In the living room.
Wait.
He
not
like
answering
this.
the phone.
If you'd have answered your phone, he wouldn't be outside your house just leaning on a horn.
Right.
And
He's
yelling
trying
your
to do a
name.
wellness check. He's trying to make sure you're well.
But you want to play games.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute.
But why he didn't text me?
Because he why he can't just call you?
Yeah.
He should have got. He should. If he
And
don't-
currently, I'm single, so I don't have these problems.
No. I'm talking about we you know, hypothetically speaking, if you had someone, how long would it take him to get into favorites?
Look at that. See what I'm saying? He laughed when you asked that.
I'll just say I had loved my ex-boyfriend to death, and he was the favorite.
Sheesh.
See what I'm saying?
The only reason I put my parents in the favorites is because I have 4 phones, and I'll literally, if my son is home, I'll cut them off. And my mom used to have, I live 5 hours away from everybody, so my mom used to have a little fit. So I was like, all right, cool. When you call me, I answer. That's it. That's all. I just feel like we could text. We don't really have to talk.
What if the message is too long for a text?
Oh.
Like, if you really want to talk, then be like, I'm about to call you, and then I'll see you call on the screen.
But what's the okay? So I gotta text
But if
you.
I say, give me a minute, I mean, I'll. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Oh no. We telling you it's wrong. We know it's wrong. So
I
you
really
got to-
Wait. I
we
was
definitely
like,
got that.
matter of fact, I was talking to my homeboy yesterday, and he was like, "You in a talking mood?" Because, you know, they know I'm not really, you know.
They know you
On my
need
job,
to-
I don't talk to people. You know, my business is primarily online. The only time I talk to people, I got a coaching session, and
Hold on, you
you
got
know,
oh,
that's an hour.
okay.
So after an hour, yeah. Like if I got a coaching session and I have a client to coach, then you know that's when we talk.
So
And they do most of the talking, so there's that.
So something going on with me. I'm depressed. Somebody just pissed me off at work. I almost got in a car accident. Died. Almost died. My life flashed before my eyes. I gotta call you. If you don't answer, I gotta send you a text message that I'm about to call you again. And then I gotta call you again.
No, because if you
most
call
likely
the
get
second
through.
time, the call will come through.
So
But if you
basically, I gotta
call
call you
back-
and hang up, then
Back
call
to
back.
back, it'll call through. And it'll ring. It'll actually make a sound. Right. If you really want to talk.
Mm-mm.
If I love you now, I would just. I'd be like, what's up? But you know, very seldom is it somebody that I love calling my line.
So this how your phone set up? Or this just what you doing?
That's what she doing. She see you calling, and then she like,
No.
I really don't want to talk to him.
My phone is literally on do not disturb. So my iPhone stays on loud. My Android stays on loud. Well, but if you call the first time, because my phone is on do not disturb, it will not ring. And then when you call the second time, then the music starts playing, then I know somebody calling me. And I know they really wanted to talk because they hung up and called again.
Coffee, really?
Bruh,
This what Kia doing in 2023?
I mean, how many people are actually talking on the phone in 2023?
That's
Let's
everybody
be
but
real
you.
now.
So if
Everybody
somebody
but
calling
you.
They're
you,
texting.
it must be important. Maybe he,
Right.
maybe he just want to hear your voice that day.
Get through.
And I gotta know a whole ask Kia door code, knock 3 times, pause 2 times, then 5 more times, and then she'll open up.
Oh, you forgot. You gotta do the backflip too. Don't forget the backflip.
All you gotta do is text me and be like, "You busy? I want to hear your voice," and then I'll call you. I'm not that difficult. You just know if you call my phone initially, it probably won't ring for me to see it.
So why is your phone
still my camera not working? Why is it on Do Not Disturb? Because I don't know. I went through a period of I don't want to talk to nobody, and I liked it that way. So now I set it out where if it's important, you call back.
Yeah. And people wonder why me got to go through all this stuff.
Y'all don't gotta go through nothing. We all have choices in life. I ain't shoot you a little disclaimer. Be like, if you want to talk to me, I suggest you pick me first. For real, matter of fact, I was talking to this person. He's like, I'm about to call you. Okay, cool. Now I'm looking at the screen, waiting on your call. And I answered the first time.
There you go.
But if that phone not near me, baby, I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
The definition of being difficult, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Is that really difficult because I don't want to talk on the phone?
You have to be like that.
You got to use smoke signals?
Oh, you definitely got to do that.
Send pigeons.
Pretty much.
By ear.
Morse code.
And that's why it's easier just to pull up in front of your house, embarrassing you, and land on this horn like this. Because you want to play these type of games.
There's literally 5 people in the world that have my address. So that's not a good idea either.
I mean, it ain't gonna happen. Emotional dudes never been known to make good decisions.
What happened with?
You know what I mean? We've never been known.
I believe in
we
bullets.
don't do emotions well. So once we get there, the good decisions is out the window. Logic is gone at that point in time. Once a man get emotional, logic is out the window. So that's done. It's not.
And that's horrible.
I know. It's horrible that you like.
Because I'm always logical.
Listen, that what you just explained to us about.
I know, right?
Your phone thing is not logical. That was illogical, but you know, it makes sense to you.
To whom?
To everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said, most people do text, right? But texting is a way of, how can I say this? A way of concealing what you're really trying to get across. Like, I won't know that you're quirky until I have an intimate conversation with you. Text message, you just sound like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? This, and that. A conversation with you, I can talk to you and hear everything you're saying.
I understand.
She don't care.
I'm not saying I don't talk on the phone. I'm saying to initially reach me, you might have to go through a little something.
Yeah.
Listen, if we chatted and you be like, I want to talk to you, I answer the phone. Period. I don't make it difficult. But don't just call me out the blue. Like, don't decide at 3:00, oh, I'm gonna give her a call. You know? Especially if we haven't talked all day. What do you want?
She want to talk. What you mean? What do you want? You want to talk. That's why you calling.
So text me and be like, what you out to? And I'll be like, I'm not doing that. And okay, cool. We're texting right then and you call me, I see the call. It's not so much that you can't call me. It's just that because the phone stays on Do Not Disturb, I don't hear it.
See, but that's what we're trying to figure out. Why
And I
does
don't
it
make
stay
any
on Do
efforts
Not
to
Disturb?
take it off Do Not Disturb. That's nuts.
So you just live with your phone on Do Not Disturb?
Because my son's home.
Mm-hmm. You know, kid don't care about nobody but her baby.
I see. She got up all these
I care about plenty of
guards,
people.
these walls. We'll figure it out, y'all. We're gonna have another break off show
Walls are
called
good. They
For the Love
maintain
of
structure.
Kia. For the Love of
That
Kia
ain't
coming
good.
soon.
Mm-mm. Yeah, first of all, walls
I
are
don't think that's a
never
good
good.
idea.
Walls are never good.
Walls maintain structure. That's all.
Structure in what way?
They come down for the right people.
Oh Jesus.
You believe that, Coffee?
Nope.
I mean,
People
the people out here who wear their emotions on their sleeves. You know,
I think a little bit of everything is important. Having how about just having an open concept? You can have walls in particular places, and then everything else will be an open concept. You know, you got to get modern with your your approach with different things. Can't keep chopping up all these walls all around everywhere like Kia wanted. Kia
they
gonna have
have
you
walls.
Kia gonna have you in a maze. That's how many walls she wants.
Ain't no maze. There's doors.
Lots of them.
Now, will you be allowed entry? Is a better question. That depends on you. Work it out. You gotta work it out. Hey,
Wow.
Okay.
I'm just saying. People are nuts.
People are what?
What was the show about?
I know we so far off topic.
We over here worried about why my life is on Do Not Disturb. Y'all were able to reach me, right?
Well, see, that's different for us.
Yeah,
We
listen.
got in contact with each other.
I reached out to her like 5 days ago.
Sounds like I'm
just for
available.
today. This how far in advance you gotta be. If you want something from Kia, you gotta let her know like 5 days ahead of time. Okay, I know today Monday, but I'm gonna call you Friday. So make sure you looking Friday, sometime Friday. I maybe give you a better a time frame Tuesday for Friday. I want to put you on notice now, not to ignore my call Friday.
Well, see, what I do is I just put everything in one message to Kia, like the date I need for her to show up for someone to do something, along with what I need her to do, and I just wait back for the response to come through. Like, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to do it that day, but we can do it on this day, and I'm cool with the topic, but I'm cool with doing everything, but that day ain't gonna work for me. Like, yeah, I reached out 2 months ahead of time. How many? That's Kia. You want this out?
If y'all see my calendar, y'all would be like, okay, I understand.
Sorry, man.
Like, I'm
That's
serious. My calendar right now look like I have 6 businesses and there's no income to them.
So
I take that back.
So the world got to pay for
just
that.
not enough.
you got to get penciled in, man. I'm just happy once I get pinned into the schedule. I
Right.
get pinned
That's
in,
all it is.
and I just let everybody else worry about why they can't get pinned in like I can.
If I commit, I'm there. That's it. Just gotta reach me first.
That's the hard part.
Listen, just piggyback on somebody else, okay? So if y'all know Coffee got a call going through Friday, right? Catch Coffee before he get off the phone with Kia. You just piggyback on coffee. As they cough, hey, before you hang up, man, let me get in on that. Let me get in on the conversation real quick, though.
Hey,
Because I ain't got no schedule. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something. I
You
feel
like
bad for you.
a doctor with bad scheduling.
Look, bro, she ain't got no assistant, but I'm gonna tell you something. Just because, hey, look, I ain't gonna mess up my connect. I ain't gonna put you in with Kia. You gonna have to do your own. You gonna have to link in with however you link in. You call me, I'm be like, look, bro. Since you pick up for me when I call or I text, I ain't gonna mess up my position. You gonna have to do the same way I got it. If she don't hold you in high regards, and she don't get back to you for 90 days, sorry, that's what it is.
Y'all gonna have problems.
You know what?
Give me a low 3.5. Give me 5 business days, not 90.
You know what? This does tie in with the show. I see what LA did. This do tie into the show. Why do people make excuses? When do the excuses stop and the reason start? It does make sense. How long Kia gonna have this excuse to put her life on do not disturb, and when would it start ending?
It's an excuse, man. Just say, listen,
excuse.
I'm Kia, and I don't fuck with people like that.
Yeah, you gotta change to ask Kia. This is Kia, and don't ask Kia.
That should be your solo show. Don't call Kia.
Don't ask me that.
Don't call Kia.
Or your solo show should be
like a
do
skit.
not disturb.
But a lot of bad shit happen, and at the end they're like, don't call Kia, cause she ain't coming. She ain't answering. She ain't coming through. She ain't got nothing for you.
Somebody get ran over by a truck. Don't ask Kia. I don't know what happened.
I gotta get to the hospital right now. They be like, hey, don't call Kia. You gonna be dead like a motherfucker. You waiting on Kia to pick up.
Then you cut to a movie scene where somebody try to save somebody. They get killed and the person get killed. That's when you don't ask Kia. Do not disturb. That's all you gotta do.
But if you need to go to the hospital, why would you call me?
You might be their first line of contact.
But why would you call me in the first place? I don't know ambulance.
For your
okay, so let me give you an idea. I live in Georgia. I live an hour from Atlanta, right? Mm-hmm. Most of the people I know live anywhere from 45 to an hour and a half away from me. Why would I be your first line of defense?
Because you're such a genuine person.
I'm not gonna get in Atlanta traffic. I live up 75 South. If you call me, say my home girl, she lives in Atlanta, right? If she calls me, I live up 75 South. If I got the battle traffic, that could be 3 hours before I get to her. Why would you call me?
Maybe
but
she called
you. If she texts me, like, girl, I'm about to call you.
The ambulance.
I'm wide open, waiting on her call.
Because she wanted she called you to comfort her.
Right.
I'll meet her at the hospital.
Yeah, but she had to call you to let you know that she was going to the hospital.
Okay.
But then she had to call you 2-3 times.
Okay.
It gotta be the way. It gotta be a quicker way to get in contact with you, other than this code that you got going on.
Kids said, if you really want to get
nothing you can do to convince me to take this phone off, do not disturb.
I don't know what you're gonna do with a call.
I ain't. I'm just gonna,
If you really want to talk to me,
I gave everybody insight.
I'm telling y'all, my phone rings.
You sure? Now, you said your phone rings, but you don't say that you answer. It just rings.
Here's the thing. If you hope my phone is in my face.
Right now, you're going to do a change Kia mind, bro. She always stood. She stayed fast. Ain't that going to change her mind.
If my phone is right under me,
mm-hmm.
and I see the screen, then it's cool.
So what she's saying is, You know what I mean?
It doesn't like ignore the call. It just silences the phone.
You just, basically, in other words, this makes no other sense in the world.
I guess it would be easy to put the phone on vibrate, but
no, it would just be easy. Start getting
it makes sense to me.
out. Since you have so many phones, right? This will make more
I
sense.
really do.
But okay, this would make more sense if you only gave certain people each number. So let's just say your faves. If your favorite people was just in one phone, that's the only phone you would have to ever just put on regular ringtone. And then every other phone is do not disturb.
Now my no one do not disturb.
Say that again. Unfortunately, Kia went out for a second. Okay, there she go.
I don't hear nothing.
Okay, Kia, she back now.
You trying to join
hear her?
again? Hold on. Let me get her.
Okay, he finna join you back in. I think on his end to put the show together, he has to join you back in. She's in yet, LA or no?
Kia.
Yes.
I hear her.
Yes.
Okay. All right, keep going. We back. A little technical difficulties.
Well, my business was not disturbed.
So, well,
Yeah, that's
Coffee want to know. He said you should start giving your number out. So then you should have no problems with your phone ringing because only the people of renown or actual consideration would have your number in the first place.
I mean, that is true, but I don't give my number off. But there are days when you just don't feel like being bothered. Y'all don't have those days?
Yeah, I say that every day to my children. I don't feel like being bothered. But they keep coming back. No, I mean, because no, I really feel that way about my children. I love them, but Lord Jesus. I guess because I live a life of I'm not gonna let anybody else consume my life. Like if somebody called me and I'm just not really in the mood of talking, I just be like, hey, what's going on? They were like, oh, just call and check on you. I'm good. You good? Yeah. All right, let me hit you back a little later. I'm gonna still pick up. You can reach me because you might have something of great service to me, or I can be great service to you. I'll pick up, but the conversation might be short because I'm just that day. I'm not feeling just having just a conversation with anybody. It's no reason why I don't want to have a conversation with you, but I'm just in a mood of I want to be, you know what I'm saying, just by myself. But I'm always pick up. I always think people who don't pick up are the most irritating people in the world. I call them the old bougie boo. Bougie boo. You know, that's what Kia is. She old bougie boo.
She definitely.
You know what I'm saying? She got that.
Hey,
you got to go through. She got two assistants and one personal. Cause and I'm like this. I pride myself on not getting my number out to most people. Okay, my Instagram think for y'all, is.
So
that's what I do. I get my Instagram.
I'm like the counselor to most people, family, friends, strangers. And some days I just need to take care of me. And 1 month I wasn't depressed. I was just recovering from my little breakup or whatever. I just had a moment to myself. It was just me and my kid cooling out. And I put the phone on Do Not Disturb. And after that, it was like so joyous because I never took it off.
You're so wrong. Well, see,
because
I think
the thing about it, being a logical, strong person that people think I am, They don't ever think that I go through anything. So that's me shutting off. And then once I shut off, I think I shut off for maybe 3 weeks. And after that, I was so in love with the silence. I never turned back on. I didn't see the point.
I put it like this. I
I
think
need
it's
you to
important.
lean on your own strength first
Mhm.
and then call me. That's it.
It's important that people know it's time to help the helper as well. Like I feel
What
like
happened?
you can't hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I think it's important for people to know that the helper needs help sometime too. And it's very important that you know to help me, concerned about me. I don't want you to always to take from my good energy and leave me your bad energy after I help you feel better about your situation. So when I'm down, you might can't come and give me words of a great word of advice because I know your situation. So, but you can come over and just make me laugh. You can come over and just be like, hey, just call him, hey, let you know, hey, I love you. I'm just checking on you. So I think I understand what you're saying. Sometimes you just need your own personal recharge, but I also think it's also good to let other people know the Rock get tired too. I'm a person. I'm a human being. I don't mind helping. When is you guys going to be there and understand? Sometimes don't bring your problems to me right first. Go out there and think about it for a second. Because a lot of times when people keep bringing a problem to you, some of them be simple. Man, I don't know why this dude keep doing me like this. You took him back 3 times. The first time he had twins on you. The second time he cheated with your best friend. Why do you think he keep doing it to you? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes we got to hold people personally accountable for what you bring them. Bring me stuff that you handle, so I can help you develop into the person who can handle it. If you keep coming back to me over and over and over, hey, look, bro, this ain't the free clinic. I'm sorry, hey, you're gonna have to subscribe over here and get this advice at a price. I'm tired of this. Now you need a life coach. Say you need a life coach. If you say you need an auntie or uncle or
That's
cousin
exactly
or a
how I
friend,
ended up with my
so I get what you're saying, but I also think family and friends need to understand, hey, when I'm down, I need your support. And support could be just, I know Kia got to feed her kid today. Guess what? Hey, I know she like to eat these type of foods right here. Hey, I'm gonna text Kia. Check your door in like 5 minutes. I sent you this. Boom. Do something like that. Do something that's gonna help Kia be like, damn, I guess my life ain't that bad after all. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was the cause of all her heartbreak. But we ain't gonna talk about that today. We're gonna keep it moving.
That's fact.
You think so? Oh my god. I was not.
That's what all the women say.
I just was like, I don't know. I can't tell y'all. What you say?
Well, that's what all women say. But one thing we can say for sure is you the cause of all of this. I mean, one thing, you don't communicate well because somebody got to call you twice to get through. That's number one. So that's definitely on you.
You think so?
I might have a little inside information, but I might not. But just FYI, that could have helped it go a little bit better. Just saying.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take y'all advice. I ain't making no promises.
She'll work in progress, everybody.
Not making any promises.
She'll work in progress.
But the thing I can
Pretty
say,
much, aren't we all?
I'm halfway done. I'm about 75% done.
It depends. All of this goes into the topic. All right. Today's topic is, when does excuses end and reasons start? That's the topic. When does excuses end
I think that depends on the person.
and reasons start? But this is part of the problem.
That depends on the person. You
I
have
think a
so
lot of
many
these
people
people
who
is
are
past the
set on
point,
being a victim.
which is a problem. Which is a problem.
Victimizing yourself is the problem. That's the number one problem in anything. Blaming others
Right.
is a problem. If you,
But
I don't believe.
people,
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
y'all know people. No, I'm listening. I say y'all know people who don't stop. They're gonna be the victim forever, and then most of them been the victim for so long they wouldn't even know what to do, not being the victim. That's crazy.
True.
Which is cool.
So I don't think the excuses would ever end.
But then you can't complain about where you at in life if you don't plan on ever changing anything. If you're gonna lean on excuses no matter what, and you in your late 20s now, then your early 30s, then your mid 30s, going to your late 30s, and you're gonna still lean on excuses, let me tell you all this. For one, go look up the definition of excuses and reasons. They're two sides to a coin. It really just determines how you say something, right? That determines if it's an excuse or if it's a reason. Example, right? Kia don't answer her phone for whatever the fuck reason, right?
To the second time.
Correct. Now, she could say, if you ask her, she can say, too many dudes keep calling my phone.
That's facts.
That's an excuse. It's in how she said it. If she would have said, I have given out my number too many times and it irritates me, so I don't answer my phone, that's a reason. Because she puts the
Correct.
responsibility on herself versus putting it on somebody else. That's the difference.
Facts.
One is an excuse, one is a reason. Learn the definition. I've had to do this in my early 30s. If y'all still doing this, leaning on excuses, I'm going to be honest with you. Even though your people around you, or all your people around you might not be telling you, your friends and family, they don't like you.
They don't love you.
They don't even want to hear from you.
They wish you would go away.
You the reason why you would have to call somebody 2 times to get through.
Yes. You the reason why you gotta text people.
Correct. You the reason why people shit is on Do Not Disturb. Because of your excuses. It comes to a point in time that people don't want to hear it, man. Your life is the way your life is because at some point in time, when you realize wrong from right, you chose to keep doing wrong. That's on you. We can keep on putting stuff on past trauma. We can keep putting things on ex-lovers. We can keep putting things on being raised in the ghetto or the hood or not the best area
talk your ish.
or whatever the fuck case that is. At some point in time in life, all of us hit a point where you knew the basic was right from wrong. Right?
Facts.
Example. Let's say a dude is cheating. Right? He get caught. He blamed that he didn't have no father figure.
Hold on. Don't.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Coffee?
That was Kia over there clapping because you were talking about a dude cheating. I was telling her, don't be clapping.
Kia, don't do that.
Keep going, Alex.
Don't even start that.
Relax.
But let's say
Relax.
a dude is cheating. This is all just examples. He get caught. He copping pleas, of course. Baby, please, don't leave me. We gonna go to therapy. He go to therapy. He telling the therapist shit like, or whoever, counselor, therapist, life coach, psychiatrist, best friend, whoever, that he do the shit that he do as far as cheating on women, cause he didn't have no father figure. This nigga like 35 years old. This nigga 35. you had a whole second phone that you had women calling, and or you downloaded the app, but it gave you a second number. So you're hiding. You're doing this shit intentionally to get away with something that you know you shouldn't be doing by whatever means. Whether you're in a monogamous relationship, you married, whatever the case is, you know whatever situation you in, you're not supposed to be doing the shit that you're doing. So you know right from wrong. So how the fuck when you get caught, your excuse could be, man, my daddy wasn't there for me when I was 10. Nigga, you 35. The fuck they gotta do with you being 10? You knew what you was doing was wrong, and you chose to do it. Like, what the fuck is we doing, man? This shit don't sound crazy to y'all? That people be saying shit like this? This shit, man, I was thinking about this shit earlier. I was talking with Reese a little bit. I was like, man, this shit crazy, man. The excuses. People in their 30s living with their girlfriend's mom's house with kids. A dude lives with his girl and their 2 kids in his girlfriend's mom's house. The excuse is he don't want to work for the man, so he don't got no job. He worked long enough to build up unemployment, which could be a few months, and then quit so he get unemployment because he don't want to work. He the 9 to 5 is part of the system. He don't want to be in the system, and he trying to make cartoons.
He the parent?
He one of them.
No,
and she had make a second child with him. That is crazy.
Yes, and at her mother's house.
God damn. I think a lot of times what happened is we like being the victims, and we don't like we don't like looking inward to find the answers so we can become a better person. Everything to you after you get control of your life, everything begins and ends with you. You can't continue to blame people for everything that happens to you. Yeah, things happen to everybody, but they don't continue to happen to everybody who says, okay, how can I become better? You can't blame you had bad parents. That's why you keep going in and out of jail. You can't believe that you got bad parents. That's why you're a bad father or a bad mother. You just have to look at yourself and say, okay, how do I stop making the same mistakes over and over? I don't believe, if you don't want to be a father, I don't know how you have more than one child. If you don't want to be a mother, I don't know how you mother more than one child. I just don't understand it. And I don't know how a grown woman take on any man who says that, hey, that I can't provide for you. I'm not trying to provide for you. I'm not. Anybody who tell you they don't want to work for the man, hey, run from them. Put your head back, lean your head all the way back. Like when you was a kid, you thought you was running fast. You lay your head back so you can run faster. Do that.
Oh, you running like one of them niggas that was on Ed, Ed and Eddie. Which one was? Which one would do the running? He was leaning all the way back. You done touching the ground and shit.
Yeah, that's what you do, because you gotta ask yourself. Life has a lot of people who gonna make excuses. People let other people make excuses for you. If you're doing something that you feel like you need an excuse for, don't make it. Let other people see that. Let other people make excuses for you. You continue to own your own ish. For everybody, I don't cuss, so I'm gonna make up my own cuss words, but they ain't gonna really be cuss words. My language. Kia or LA will cuss when they feel like it. I just don't believe in it. Own your stuff. If you do something wrong, say you did it wrong. And like LA said, you out here cheating in these streets. You know what I'm saying? You're a 35-year-old woman. You out here cheating. You know what I'm saying? You out here talking about you know what I'm saying? Your coochie lips pink and your booty hole brown. But you got 4 kids at home in a 2-bedroom apartment. Worry less about your booty hole being brown and more about how to get another job.
Or listen, if that's you, I'm fine with it. Because that ain't making or breaking my life.
No,
right?
I'm fine with their life being bad.
Out the system.
I'm fine with their life being bad.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But they're making their kids' life bad. That's where I'm not finding. If you just doing that to yourself, I'm cool with that.
See, but this the realization though. I believe, I don't know this to be true because I ain't a whole ass nigga, but I believe if these people would just openly change it to a reason and acknowledge it themselves, I believe they would be in a better situation. See, when you move by excuses, you continue to move and you build things and you place things by excuses, i.e., right? I'm cheap, so now I got a second phone or a second phone number. Or remember when we used to have black books? So now because I'm doing this behind the scenes, I ain't gonna say necessarily right now pretending to be something that I'm not. But let's say I've been cheating for about 10 years, right? Let's say it started when I was 25. Let's say it's 25 to 35. Let's get that age range, right? So I'm 35 now, let's just say that. So I've been cheating actively on whoever I've been with for 10 years, right? Cool. Now that caused me to move a certain way because I'm trying to sneak and hide things. You get what I'm saying? When, in actuality, if you don't ever plan to change, you should just flip that to a reason and say, hey, listen, I'm not cheating because of my past or because of an ex-lover or because of an ex-girlfriend that broke my heart or because I didn't have a father figure or I didn't want to look cool to the guys or whatever the case is. Just say, listen, I don't believe in monogamy. I don't want to settle down. I don't want to be with one woman. You will move completely different. You get what I'm saying? Because you're doing it in the open. It's not like it's not really cheating anymore. If you tell a woman that and she still wants to be with you, guess what? You're not even cheating. You ain't gotta hide shit. You ain't gotta sneak to do nothing. You ain't gotta do none of that. Listen, just say, listen, I'm a whole ass nigga. I don't believe in working a job. And this is what you should be telling women too. So they can have this warning so they know not to have kids with you because you's a whole ass nigga. But instead, you pretending with the excuses that you can be better. Cause this is what people gonna take it. When you use excuses, they're gonna always think, well, if they can fix the excuse, if I can find a way for him to recover from his dad not being there, or i.e., a lot of women think that they can fix an emotionally broken man. A lot of women think, oh, another woman hurt him or did him bad, but I can fix him by showing them love and being there for him. When in actuality, that's not going. I'm not saying everybody that's not going to work, but in actuality, it's not going to work because that's not the actual reason why he is the way he is. You see what I'm saying? You trying to fix an excuse, not knowing the actual reason he's doing the shit is because he don't get no fuck. So he's never going to change. So you tricking motherfuckers into situations that they shouldn't even be in and you wouldn't even be in. So now you got 2 kids and she got 2 kids, right? Because y'all got 2 kids together. She think you gonna change and now she in a situation where she realizing you not gonna change. And you were in a situation because you got 2 kids that you ain't gonna take care of or plan to take care of because you always knew that you was a whole ass nigga. Always knew it. So now y'all both in a fucked up situation. People just need to be real. Instead of with the excuses, man. Flip it to a reason. Hey man, I don't fuck with monogamy. Hey man, I'm a cheater. Hey man, I don't like jobs. I don't like the 9 to 5, but I'm gonna try to do some entrepreneurship shit. Whatever the situation is that you in, that's not a good situation. You need to flip that excuse, if it's an excuse, to a reason, and then maybe you will move better with the reason. Maybe your life will be in a little bit of a better situation once you figure that out. But you lying to other people for that period of time, meaning most likely you're lying to yourself as well. This thing, I mean, I'm gonna get a job next year. Don't do it. Hey man, the post office open up in 2 months. He ain't gonna do it. I plan to go to school to be a truck driver, get my CDLs. I see even signed up. Don't do it. Nigga, you don't never plan on doing nothing. Who you fooling? Who you fooling, man? Why you faking in life? Now you got your friends mad at you because every time we go somewhere, you ain't never got no money. Somebody got to pay for them. Your girl pissed off because you're behind on bills or whatever. Now they got to go move in with somebody else because they can't pay the rent. You just a sucker. Or on the woman's side, talk to Kia. Do you know that there's women still in 2023 and in their 30s, right? That call into work so they can have less hours so they can continue to live in low-income houses or to live in Section 8? That ain't crazy in 2024.
I'm considering it.
Nah, we ain't doing a whole.
Kia, stop playing. There she go. There she go. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. First of all,
at this point, I just want to help.
First of all your nice stuff, you ain't gonna be able to take it into that bad neighborhood.
To live in low income,
what?
You have to have damn near
all the nice stuff you got. You ain't gonna be able to take it over there to them regular houses.
Honestly, I don't really.
Low income only gives you enough to get by. You never gonna get ahead. Well, you're never gonna be more than average. Hell, you probably won't even be at average if you in low income. Because low income is like you damn near don't have no money.
I just want EBT.
You ain't gonna get that.
You only got one kid. They ain't fucking with you anyway.
No.
I know they was like you have to make less than 24 grand. Who the fuck is surviving off of that?
It's something. But you got what I'm saying.
The system has.
If you seen their checks, they making like 10 to 12 a year.
A lot of people like living because the system have you fooled. That what people don't understand, the system was created to help you stabilize your downfall. So all of a sudden you don't feel on hard times. The system was made to stop you from hitting rock bottom, right? The system is right. It's the ground, then it's the system. The system was to catch you right there, get you some housing, get you some food, get you some clothes, and get you some jobs going so you could just move off of it. It was never made for somebody to live off of it. But what they did was they said, okay, I could either go out here and hope that this man take care of me. Like all this comes back to you having personal responsibility for your decisions. The difference between excuses and coming up and developing, hey, this is an excuse, this is a reason. The reason I'm in this situation right now, because I thought, you know what I'm saying, little Ace Boogie, who was selling drugs out of his mama house, and then we moved over there, and then his mama kicked us out. Now my mama won't let me come back because I went against her. All these are things that are your decisions. You got to make better decisions with your life. So when you get on the system, it's to start telling you, look, you right here now. Keep playing, you're gonna be rock bottom. Then they have another child because they think this dude gonna get good child support and he run. So now you got 2 miles to feed plus yourself, and now you're in Section 8 housing. Nothing against Section 8 housing. But if you can do better, do better. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I would like a little EBT too. The food out here is sky high as hell.
If you have a job, you have the opportunity to make X amount of money, right? Whether you increasing your hours for overtime, double time, whatever it's called where you at, or whatever the case is. You don't have the opportunity if you're calling in to work, or you're not going to work, or you don't have a job. So it don't make sense for me to call into work or go to work less to make less cash so the government or the state can pay my rent when I could have went to work and paid my rent. Or so I can get food stamps when you could have did overtime or double time or just whatever hours to make the money to buy the food. Do you know how many people who get food stamps sell their food stamps? Is that a thing down there, Kia? Where people sell their quests?
Let me know where you find someone.
Oh, they all around up here. They some everywhere. You should have seen it during COVID. Yeah. People was getting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in food stamps.
But I mean, accountability is like, accountability is, you know, it is a foreign thing to some. And I just, you know, these days, I just be like,
see, but
have at it.
the lack of accountability.
If that what works for you, so
it's not something.
Don't call me though.
You need to admit to others. Just admit it to yourself. You gotta fix your situation. I don't give no fuck that you don't come to work. Just as long as we got the understanding that because you don't go to work, that when you get put out of your place, you can't come here. As long as we got that understanding, I don't care what you're doing. Because you don't go to work.
Yeah, you can lie to whoever you want. You can create whatever facade you need to. The mirror don't lie.
But somebody lying to themselves out here.
Does not lie. When you sit by yourself,
and that shit is not.
They know what's going on.
Yourself.
But they gotta create the image for other people.
It ain't helping your girl. It ain't helping the kids. I don't know who the fuck the excuses is helping at a point in time. When is enough gonna be enough? This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. And then you got a lot of people that complain about where they at in life, or don't like where they at in life, but they don't care to do nothing about it. But keep telling you excuses. How long we gonna keep saying the white man hold me back? You know, the last time the white man held somebody back, it's probably over 100 years ago, man. Well, maybe about 80, almost 80. Maybe 1950s, they were still really holding niggas back, maybe.
I believe it look like this. If you let somebody hold you back, that's on you.
But that's on you. I don't think it's holding back. I believe, look, they definitely pushed, you know how to get a snowball bigger, you roll it downhill? So you trying to make a snowman? A long time ago, they started this. And since then, we just been going downhill. They not physically holding us back. We holding ourselves back. They just started the shit, now it is what it is. It's too many opportunities. You can make a bullshit song. I was just telling Reese this. You can make a bullshit song that go viral and become a millionaire.
Facts.
You can actually rap and not even sign a contract. Just put shit on YouTube and get rich. Some hundreds of thousands of dollars minimum. It's way better than what the fuck you was getting. Right? You can do podcasts now. You can start blogs, vlogs, two different things, y'all. There's one with a B as in boy and one with a V as in Victor. You can do blogs, you can do vlogs, you can do all that from the privacy of your own motherfucking home. Right? Motherfuckers got recipe videos. You could be a chef at your crib, record you cooking some shit, and you could sell that. You can sell your own cooking classes or online courses on the internet. You do woodworking shit, you can sell that on the internet. You do some type of writing, you can sell that on the internet. You do graphic design, you can sell all that shit. It's too easy in the past decade to make money. It's too easy. And you don't even damn near need jobs nowadays. They got rid of the cab companies. You don't gotta apply to be a cabbie. Nigga, they got Lyft and Uber. You just sign up right through the phone. You got a job. Amazon Flex, Amazon Delivery. You got a job. It's easy. So the fact that some people just be unemployed or just choosing not to work and then got all these complaints and excuses about work. I know somebody that had at least 15 jobs in the last 8 years. Probably, no. You gotta be more than that. Probably at least 20 jobs in the last 8 years. And every time he's left, he said the job did something to make him leave. He didn't get fired. He's always quit. No job longer than 6 months. And every time he's left, he said the job did something to make him leave. This motherfucker's 33 years old now. And unemployed still. Because the jobs keep doing something. How long is we gonna keep doing that shit? That shit don't even make no sense. And this person now has like a 1.5 year old.
Does he have kids?
He has a 1.5 year old.
Oh Lord.
and quits his jobs because the job is doing something.
Just pray for him.
I leave at the coffee. He the praying person. You see his avatar praying now.
What does he want to do?
I don't think he know what he want to do. But I've had these conversations. Jobs are jobs for a reason. Sometimes they can turn into careers depending on who you are and where you at in life. A job could turn into a career for you. You might just stumble upon a job and it is what it is until you learn more about it and
I just said
more certifications. And you're like, you know what? I kind of like this job now. And you fuck around and be there for 30 years. It might turn into a career for you. But a job is a job. And most people have jobs because of responsibilities. And you don't normally quit a job because of responsibilities. I couldn't imagine quitting a job with no other source of income. I'm not doing Uber. I'm not doing Lyft. I'm not doing Uber Eats. I'm not doing Amazon Flex. Those are little simple things you can sign up for. I'm not doing none of it. I'm just going to quit my job. But my baby need Pampers and milk. And then I'm asking other people in Cash App, can I get X amount of dollars for my baby for Pampers and milk?
I think that's also. I think y'all said that earlier, but that's important.
What's important, Kia?
I think y'all said that earlier. The people around him allowing him to, or not the people around him. His baby mama, boy, you need a job.
I look at it like this right here. I think people forget what a job is really
if
for.
He not staying employed, who he living with? Who he living with?
His mama probably right now.
You think mama? I look at it like this.
Man that
a job is not supposed to
does not eat.
I think that's Jonas.
No, I got one better. I just need the women to do this for me right here. I need all the women around the world to adopt this philosophy. If he don't work, he don't get no poom poom. He don't bring in no check, he can't get no cat. Because if you enable a lazy man.
I posted that the other day and somebody told me to take it down.
Why? It's the truth. It's 100% true. It used to be men.
I ain't telling nobody to be no prostitute. I'm just saying you still gotta wash your ass after y'all have sex an adult. Light, love. You cannot take the gas company love.
No, it don't have nothing to really do with love. Okay. That's what I told people.
Does not pay the rent.
Men and women want two different things. It's the consensus in life, right? This is a man that's telling you this, right? From a man's perspective, most men end goal is the woman. That's it. Now we might want fancy things, and we gonna get those fancy things from here to here. Cars with big ass, stupid ass rims on it for whatever the fuck dumb ass reasons. Whatever the case is. But a man's end goal is a woman. In sex. With a woman, of course. Right? Women normally goals intend on material things. Maybe it's a house, nice neighborhood. It's like life changes. Men is not the end goal for majority of us. It's not life changes. You know what I mean? It's just a woman. If a man gets a woman, especially as like I'm not working and I get a woman and I'm getting sex, but I'm not working, guess what you're gonna get from me? Nothing. Because I got what I want. I'm at my end goal already. You get what I'm saying? I'm at the finish line. Now you want the house, you want the car, you want the picket fence. That's something that you got to figure out. I'm at the finish line already as a dude. I got the woman and I get sex. You're not going to get nothing else because you don't require nothing else. You don't require me to work to have sex with you. I won. You don't require me to pay no bills or have no side hustle to have sex with you. So I win again. And now by the time we done did this for 2-3 years and had kids, now you mad? Oh, you gonna have me with these kids? I told you I didn't want kids. But again, I'm blind because I'm a dude who's getting sex and I'm winning. So I don't know. Like Bernie Mac said, I'm gonna get mine. You better get yours. Did he say that in the stand-up? He was talking about sex though. Not lasted long. But in a life situation, I'm a man, you're a woman. You want something and I want something. Right? We're both trying to get to places. If it's not my fault that you don't require nothing of me for me to get what I want. That's not my fault. All right, when we came to this table, you should have said that, and you didn't say that. All right, ever since I went in your Facebook inbox and your DMs, you never asked me where I work or how much money I make or if I had health insurance. No, none of that. You never asked none of that shit. You didn't care to. 2 days after I was in your inbox, I was at your motherfucking house having sex with you, and it's been like that since. Because you never required anything of me. It's not my fault, right? It's not. As a dude, I'm not saying it's cool, but again, we're blind to women because women is our kryptonite. Okay, if we get a woman, which is our end goal, we hit our dream already. That's it. Niggas don't dream to be millionaires. We don't dream to be rich. We don't dream of financial independence. I'm talking about the consensus of dudes. I'm not talking about every single dude. I'm talking about just the consensus. In general, we don't do that. We normally go do that because the woman require us to go do that. The woman say, hey, nigga, we got kids, we got bills to pay. Oh, man, I don't want to go to work. Well, shit, you got to get the fuck up out of here. You know what? I'm going to take my ass to work, man, because you be tripping. That's what's going to happen. Now your dude working because you was tripping. But if you ain't tripping and you don't say nothing or had no hardcore requirements, and I say you don't have no hardcore requirements, is because normally a lot of y'all don't stick to y'all guns. Y'all will say one thing and you can't do this and you can't do that and you're not going to get this or get that with this. Right. But eventually y'all let up and y'all let the dude ease back in and then we back in the same boat all over again, right? Y'all don't stick to y'all guns for the most part. The consensus, again, not every single one of y'all. So I end up back in any motherfucking way. And we back in turmoil and we back in a circle of whatever's working, what is working, whatever's not is not, or whatever the case is. Same thing if I was cheating.
Well, I don't want my kids to not have their father.
That as well.
The father don't want them or you. I don't be understanding.
That wasn't nice. That was not nice.
Me and Coffee heard of a dude that he been cheating and he just his people found out that he got a baby. He had a baby with another woman. His girl said, or his wife said, she don't want nothing to do with him, but she don't want to put him out, or she not gonna put him out because she don't want him on the street.
Oh, baby, you already been in the street. You need to go back where you make that baby at.
Come on, say it.
To each his own.
I'm not understanding. This is where the requirements should come in at.
I understand.
Now this dude got this type of mentality, and he's gonna take this to every woman that he encounters because a woman prior let him get away with being a whole ass nigga. Continuously.
I understand.
For long periods of time.
But all you gotta do is be the woman that stop it.
No, see, but that's the thing. He's gonna run into one or two that don't go. But for every one or two that stands on principle, there's another 8 that doesn't. So he's gonna run into one that shuts him down. But the eyes are the next 1 or 2 after that is gonna go for it. And by the time those 1 or 2 get tired of me, I got another 1 or 2 that I can until they get tired of me. And then by the time they get tired of me, I got another one I'm gonna bump into. She definitely ain't going. Okay, cool. That's the 2 out the 10, and I got another 4. I'm good for another 4. By that time, I'm already in my 40s and shit. Time is going past this whole time. Now I'm in my motherfucking 40s. I got 10, 12 failed relationships. I got 5 baby mamas, 6 kids, 7 kids. No child support for y'all. I'm out here.
Ain't no way.
I'm out here. Because I keep getting my dream, though.
That's
I keep getting my goal, which is a woman. I keep getting it. I don't need the car. I don't need the house. I don't need the fancy bed. Like, you know what I mean? Women want the canopy bed. Man, dudes will get a sleeping bag and be on the floor with the TV on the floor too. We don't need no TV stand.
Y'all
We don't need no.
will not.
We don't want none of that. Coffee. You need all that, man.
Man, I just need a warm place to lay my head, man. I don't really care about nothing else.
See what I'm saying?
Because
the house gonna look like that because your woman requires that of you. Your wife requires that of you. Like, Coffee, we not laying on no floor. And you ain't getting no ass as I'm laying on no floor. Right or wrong?
Right. Now that's how you got a bed.
Correct. And I can't.
Only thing that moves me
because when I first went there, I was just finna get this little metal frame joint. And then she said, "Nah,
I could have went. What's the bed? I could have got the futon."
Yeah. And then she like, "Nah, we ain't doing that."
I take the futon. Damn.
That's how I got to the.
Look, man, this futon.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's comfortable.
We're serious though.
Look,
we're simple. This is what I'm saying.
But
Dude,
right.
simple. We're not overly complicated.
About
Man, listen. I'll be in the whole motherfucking house with damn near nothing in there, man. But the necessities. I need something to sleep on, one pillow, motherfucking TV to connect my game to, one controller. I don't need no. Listen, in this house here, I never thought of having pictures on the wall. We only got pictures on the wall because Angie wanted pictures on the wall.
Right.
We know.
I mean, because it don't matter.
Right,
though.
I
mean, because you got
what you allow. What you saying, Ralphie?
I like it don't matter because for men are simplistic and they only need 3 things to survive. That's food. That's some, you know, so that's some yonder, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere to slide or somebody to slide on or somebody to get under whatever you want it, whatever terminology you want to use. In a car. That's it. This is why women bust out. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. All the other stuff becomes more things we get because we got you. I always say the funny slang, and me and LA say this together all the time. Man, look, if it was just me, I could just get a regular job and I can have a roommate because I don't really give a damn about the rest of the house. I just need a bathroom so I can wash my butt at, somewhere I can lay my head in. I definitely would have a futon. I wouldn't even have a futon. I would go make me a floating bed case out of the wooden pallets. I go somewhere and find some wooden pallets and put them guns together. Throw me a mattress in the box on top of it. Throw some LED lights around the bottom of the bed. That's all I got for you. I ain't really got to have a TV to tell you the truth.
I gotta have TV because I gotta connect my video game or something.
No, I'm gonna have a monitor. I'm gonna have a monitor.
The women y'all date she gonna come lay on the floating bed?
You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I want all the women to hear this. Men will do more for you when you are okay with their simplicity. I'll give you the world. I just don't need it. If that's what you need for me to keep you good, you can have it. Cause I can go in the garage and just be as happy as hell. Just be as happy and content with life. You can have a mansion. My space ain't gotta be that big. This is why it's called a man cave. Meaning that, hey, look, we'll just sweep the dirt over there, throw this down, throw that over there, man. Throw me some lights up. Give me a tap beer, a tap soda, whatever you do. And a man would be happy. A man only get upset when people start questioning if he's doing enough. I did everything you asked me to do. Well, why I always gotta ask you? Because if it was left up to me, you would have none of this. You remember when you met me in that 1-bedroom apartment? I didn't have no furniture in the living room because I didn't invite people over because I didn't like people like that. I didn't have a table to eat on, right? I was happy with air mattress. I had like 4 of them in the closet because they kept busting. I didn't care. I didn't care because it wasn't important to me. But when you became part of my life, things that was important to you, I provided those things. So when you question how much am I into the relationship, how? I showed you that. This is why men get mad when women say you don't do nothing. Nigga.
You know what's crazy, Coffee? Now I think about it. If it wasn't for Angie, I'd be rich already.
Facts.
Relationships are the reason why the working men are broke.
Thank you. Man, say that one more time, man. I don't think they heard you, bro. Say that one more time.
I'm gonna get killed for that, though. I'm keeping it real, but they gonna kill me for that. But I'm serious.
Men would be, if you want.
But y'all want sex. You just stop paying those windows.
Let me tell you something.
But the consensus is majority of the women is gonna give it to us anyway.
They
giving sex to dudes with no jobs. So hold on. So a dude with no job can get sex, but me, a person with a job, I just live in an empty house. I can't get none.
Let me tell you something. It's dudes out here who ain't had jobs in forever be getting plenty of sex. So,
I mean, there's gonna be somebody out there who give it to you. Don't get me wrong.
I'm talking about it's like 60%. It's 60%. Coochie at an all-time low now. Coochie at an all-time low now. Vagina
it be
is
women out here talking about men and shit. Who got an accident and 50% of them pregnant. Baby.
You gotta look at it from this standpoint.
Somebody getting it. For these niggas not to be shit, you sure giving it to somebody you ain't not pregnant. I
always tell people this right here. How can you ever come to a man and say men ain't nothing, but then we the bane of your existence? We the person that y'all say is always doing BS. Well, how am I always doing stuff if you smarter than me? If you're smarter than me, how do I keep outsmarting you, leaving you with three babies? If I'm smarter than you, how do I keep sleeping with the whole friend group? But y'all smarter than me. You're not smarter than me.
And I'm still in the house.
You're desperate. You have no values. You have no standards. This is why you keep yourself in that same predicament. Newsflash. All your problems are your problems because you don't even prioritize, you don't even put your kids on the pedestal. You don't even do that. And then when you do, you put your kids over your man. That's why you ain't got a man. We in all different categories. I love my wife here. I love my kids here. They're on two different pedestals. Sometimes I don't love nobody. I don't even love myself because I picked everybody. I made every other person that I brought. We got to get to the point where we hold everybody accountable. But I passed y'all over to I'm just being real. Nobody wants to be real anymore with themselves. That would be making me mad. And now, Coochie at an all-time low. You'd be better off being a weed head and you know what I'm saying? And a dope boy, you get all the women.
You get a broke dude, and then he with a girl that don't have no morals or life progression. Now they broke. They got 3 kids. And if you ask them, well, if this always been y'all situation, why y'all got kids? And both of them will point at the other person and find a way to put an excuse on them on why they have kids. Well, dude didn't want to pull out. He didn't want to wear a condom. Okay, motherfucker, you didn't make me wear a condom either. What the fuck? I told you I didn't want kids. This was just gonna be back and forth the entire time. Excuses. Nobody's gonna be like, man, I fucked up. That's all I can say. I can go more in depth on that, but I fucked up multiple times. But that's life, you know what I mean? Get kids or from the other side.
I knew I didn't want kids, so I stopped at 1.
Somebody gonna catch you again.
Oh yeah,
I've been telling you that for like a year and a half.
Oh,
now.
she definitely getting that oops upside your head. Say oops upside your head.
That's not.
Somebody definitely you definitely got another one in you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
down south
too.
You what?
I'm pro-life.
All right, that's good. That's good. Don't worry about it. By that time in the state of Georgia, they ain't gonna let you go.
Life.
Why she coming at you like that, Cole?
What was that?
And by that time in the state of Georgia, they ain't gonna let you do that.
What you say, Coffee?
By that time in the state of Georgia, they're gonna be like, nah, you gonna have to keep that baby. Sorry.
I still got I still got IDs in two other states.
You still got what?
I got IDs in two other states. I'm telling you.
Mm-mm.
And then y'all gotta remember, I'm from South Carolina. I'm from South Carolina. I ain't really need no doctor now. Let's be clear.
Man, South Carolina going red
I'm
now.
pro-life.
They're
No,
going
honestly though, I think people that know that they're not mentally equipped for multiple kids should take the proper provisions
facts.
to make sure they don't have any more.
No, I'm with you on that. I would
You
rather
know,
people
they make
do that
IUDs, and I
than
definitely get the argument of, oh, the IUD messed up your body, but think about it. If you get an IUD, you know, once your body adjusts, give it about 7 months. Once it adjusts, you know, you cover for 5 to 7 years, depending on whatever one you get. 3 to 7 years, depending on which one you get, right? But say you don't get the IUD, you forget the plan B, or you can't afford the plan B. Now you got the baby. That's 18 years. Baby, I'm going to take the 7 months of being uncomfortable before I take the 18. It's a sentence. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how you slice it. And people can say what they want. There are 200 active fathers that I meet daily. I still
talk about it.
don't want
Talk
to be
about
no parent of multiple kids. That's crazy.
I put it like this right here.
It's just mentally I can't handle it, because people be like, oh, I love my kid. I love my son to death. I'll move heaven and earth for him. But there are days when I be like, please don't talk to me. What do you need?
Facts. I'm like that every day. I'm like that 6 out of 7 days.
And be like, and these new kids so emotional, and they need so much. I don't
That
know.
needs a lot of time, though.
Us 80s baby, we're a little fucked up, but I'm just saying they need a lot.
That's true.
And I don't recall needing all of that when I was young.
I
That's
need all
it.
that.
So
I was scared to ask for all this, so that was over. Like, I just look at it like this right here. People, please keep going, get the plan B. So I have stock in plan B. So keep going out there and buying plan B. You helping your boy Black Knight out tremendously. Stock is up this month 3%. So y'all keep going. Don't listen to kids. Y'all ain't got to get, what's the first thing? The IUD. Y'all ain't got to get that. Don't IDD. Go get your plan B.
but they can't always, but if everybody broke and sleeping with broker men, they can't always afford the plan B.
Well, see,
but
that's
you
the
can afford
problem.
free Planned Parenthood.
But that's the problem. That's the problem. Stop sleeping with
I mean,
broke
I
men,
personally,
and you
my
can get your
money is
plan
right.
B.
I can't have sex, but to each his own.
But that's where we want to start it. If you stop sleeping with broke dudes, you can afford the plan B. And not only are you going to help yourself, but you're also going to help Black Knight, which is going to be real good for me and my family. Since I didn't use the plan B, I had my kids, and I ain't pro-life like somebody is on this phone. So go get your plan B.
Actually, if you get caught by a broke nigga having a kid, technically now you got 2 kids.
Yep. Unless you're
Pretty
pro-life.
much.
You got
Pretty
to buy
much.
your man drawers and shit too.
Yeah, damn.
And them broke ones be the mean one where I don't eat off a paper plate. Sir, get the fuck out my face.
Man, look,
Cause
bro, I got paper. I got like 4 or 5
I
sets of
cannot.
real dishes. But we over here paper plate and everything.
No,
But
but
be glad I can't find no good paper plastic forks that my kids can't break off in their food. We'll be using them.
no, look, man, we got a new year coming, man. Election coming up at some point in time. Listen, man, if you old enough to know right from wrong, and we all gonna continue to use excuses, myself as well. I'm not in y'all's type of situation though, but we all gonna get caught from time to time, especially when you don't know the definition or the terms. Cool, but we got to use less excuses and use more reasons to the shit that we doing. Everybody need to get some type of
More
motherfucking
accountability.
goals. Correct.
Yes.
Amen.
Everybody needs to get some type of motherfucking goals or life progression about themselves. That shit is real. If you don't have no goal or life progression, if you don't have nothing that you're looking up to get, then you're never going nowhere. I hope you know that, right? You're never going to say, let me try to get this promotion at work. Let me try to get this title at work. Let me try to, because you have no goals. You don't want nothing. You're going to always be content with what you have because you don't want nothing. Want shit, people.
Please.
Get some goals. Get some life progression about yourself. Find out, like, hey, I at least want $500,000 in the bank, $100,000, whatever the fuck it is. Get something more than what you can actually get. Don't say I want 500
for the
in the
rich
bank.
and the elderly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, now you can, but hey, I want 100,000 in the bank. Go for that, or whatever the case is. But get you something that you can reach for. Men and women. Women, hold your niggas accountable for the shit that they not doing. Fuck just complaining about it. You gotta act on this shit. Because I'm telling you, as a man, at the end of the day, you can complain all you want. That I didn't wash the dishes, I didn't help you with the kids, I ain't paid no bills. Don't matter, because at the end of the day, when we both go to bed and you still give me some, I won.
Still tooted up.
I won. And you lost.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because I still got the
Hold
one
on,
thing
hold
that
on,
I
hold
wanted.
Let me say this, though. Y'all better start holding out too, women. I'm just going to say, I ain't saying what he's saying ain't right. I'm just saying, start holding out now.
Some. Y'all got to get your households in orders, man. Y'all households are fucked up right now. It's in disarray. Your relationships in disarray. Your households in disarray. Some of y'all got the nerve to be married and live in somebody else's household.
Man, who does that?
There's I ain't gonna say them. There's a married couple that lives in somebody else's house. That lives in one of their parents' house, and their parents, of course, still lives there. I ain't gonna say no names.
Hold on. Oh, so I thought you were talking about their parents had two houses. And they
No. They live in the house with their parents, but they're married.
Oh no, that's disrespectful.
They saving for something.
No,
For a new baby.
They saving for something.
not saving for anything. No,
They saving for something.
Mm-mm.
this is the type of shit that we talking about, kid.
Oh, ain't no way. Excuse me.
This they married. I don't even get what the fuck you married for. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know. My daddy probably wouldn't let me. My daddy would let me. I don't think me and my husband can come back.
Well, I look at it like this. At certain points, you have to not want to be under somebody else's roof.
Did they fall?
You can fall on hard times. So I'm not going to sit here and act like you can't fall on hard times. But what you need to do as a man, when you take on somebody else's daughter, there's a responsibility that comes with titles, that we just give titles away, but it's a responsibility that comes with that title. And before you walk in somebody else, another man's house, and ask for the title to be the man that covers his daughter now, you're going to have your ish together. So before you start, everybody want to run around here and talk about that. Hey, this my man, this my man. Is he a man or is he a boy, you know what I'm saying, playing like a man? Is she a woman or is she a woman who just know how to toot it up and it's good and you getting caught up? You know what I'm saying? Stop choosing little girls, get you a grown women, and grown women stop choosing little boys and get you a grown man. That's what Kia told me to tell y'all.
Any closing remarks, Kia?
Too much like right coffee. Do better.
Kia,
All should do better.
Time for your closing remark.
You got something you want to say to your women out there?
Yeah, we all should do better. That's all I got to say.
All right, with that,
we all should do better.
I am your boy LA Styles.
I'm just
that
saying,
is the co-host, Black
cheating
Knight.
is a rich man's sport. If he can't pay the light bill, I don't know how he got room to cheat.
Facts.
And that is Kia. It's snapping on men again. She needs to be talking to her females out here. Y'all make sure to hit up Ask Kia on Instagram.
What?
Black Knight, you can find him on Instagram. I don't know where you can find Black Knight besides Xbox.
You can
I
find.
ain't seen nothing bad about men today.
you can find me. You can find Black Knight 24 on Instagram, Black Knight
Oh my
24,
God.
2429 on TikTok, Black Knight 24 on YouTube. So you know what I'm saying. Make sure you go over there and hit that like button and follow. Kid, go ahead and run down your socials so they can go ahead and blow it up. So they ain't got to call you.
Because you gonna answer.
Oh no. That wouldn't be wise.
At all.
You can find me on Instagram at Ask Kia. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's
With that,
Now,
I'm
if you
boy
wanna,
LA Styles.
you know, just inbox me. We can talk about it.
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna leave that alone this time.
It might cost you a little fee, but you know.
Good night, guys.
Yeah, Ask Kia OnlyFans coming soon. You know what I mean?
Feet, boy, got that big toe on there now. Ready.
Yeah. This has been the Initiated, man, and we out. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.